Their starting center, Ariadne Termes. She is unavailable today, day to day. But she had started every game this season. Instead, Georgia Tech goes with Kayla Blackshear, the senior. Alexis, reigning AAC Rookie of the Week, Gooden and Ngulafak. As it looks like Smith got a piece of that three-point try and a loose ball foul against Rice.
You have to applaud the defense. Both teams are really hustling and trying to limit opportunities.
Azek trying to split a pair of defenders, comes up short. Morgan so good getting downhill with a crossover, floating in, and one, Tony Morgan.
And just drives it, double clutches, hangs, and gets the and one, and she knows it.
At 23 points, an 8 of 11 shooting in that win in Chapel Hill, and Ngulafak running the floor. He swallowed up. Roped around Ennis for three. That's good. Dominique Ennis. Teams combined 2 of 12 to begin this game. Dunn off the weave.
And that's
splitting two defenders.
She has to do that.
Single digits most of the fourth quarter.
But that just tells you how a season can change. Pick 10th or was 10th going into that tournament. They win the conference tournament.
One of their top 8 scorers returning, but now can they stop the scoring touch of Kara Dunn?
I mean, she's getting it going. We saw the last.
Flores loose on the handle, rolls free to the Jackets. Now Noedo has Carnegie filling the lane. The pass across was tipped by Ennis. I think Noedo may have telegraphed that pass now, and Ngulafak leaking out for the lane to make it 6-5. Defensive-minded first 4 minutes here at McCamish. And she gets her long-awaited homecoming to the Atlanta area.
Right, but Coach Edmonds talked about her work in the offseason. You know, she thinks she is a really good player. She's worked on her game to improve, and it's showing this season so far.
What a steal by Chitchat Wright.
Big
crashing
time
into the bench. It leads to a 2-on-1, and Morgan soars in for the lay-in.
Because it's a tough shot to block and defend when she uses her athleticism.
Fisher finds Gooden streaking down the baseline, and the bucket by Trinity Gooden, the senior. Able to pick the locks of the Georgia Tech press to make it a 1-point game again. Here's a deep three, good by Chitchat Wright. Bucket in transition by Wright.
I mean, these players have confidence, and that's big-time confidence to shoot a ball that.
Able to reset, right back out to Ennis. Can't get his second 3 of the quarter, but another offensive rebound by Hayes. Grinding away on Smith. And that is well-deserved for Shelby Hayes. Dunn off to Wright. Takes the give and go. Augustinaite has a hair trigger. Will pull up and knock it down.
I'm sure a lot of people will be watching.
That'll be a great showcase for this program. But a 12-second differential, shot clock and game clock. Georgia Tech 5-4. Carnegie, the step back 3. Carnegie splashes it down.
That you'll see up in New York somewhere. And she is a hooper and loves to dribble, razzle-dazzle, and score.
She can get a bucket, but so can Fisher. Final seconds of the quarter. And they only have the size advantage. We know that. Augustinaite with the step back 3, and that's pure.
Blowing the kiss and shooting the gun. Ball extremely well. Didn't start the season out shooting well, but this shot looks pure, and it's nothing but bottoms. Blowing the kiss.
This is this wide 1-3-1 zone that Rice is known for. Augustinaite from the corner. Another 3 down the well by Augustinaite. 1-3-1 zone, you know, Fallon. Sometimes those corners are unprotected. Again, no Susie Ngulafak after she collected a second foul in that first quarter. Augustinaite, that's a heat check, and why not? Here's a 3 in the corner, and air ball instead. Rice pulls down the board, and Haley Adams with a fadeaway. Stops that 9-0 second quarter start. Augustinaite to the sidestep. The 3, yes ma'am. Wow.
Coach Ford had talked about the leadership between Morgan and as well as Dunn this season. They wanted that leadership as freshmen. They didn't get it. Nice shot.
Nice take to the 10 by Dominique Ennis, and draws a second on Augustinaite.
Is away. And you see this hard penetration by Ennis. She goes strong, nice floater, gets the and one. But just going back to those.
Former 18th overall draft pick of the Phoenix Suns back in 2014. Still playing professionally in Italy. Fisher the swat, the offensive rebound, the stick back by Morgan, and one for her.
That's the type of rebound that Georgia Tech does. Blackshear has a strong drive, but great defense by Fisher to get that block. And then you just see right there, Tony Morgan right there. But Carnegie gets back and gets another rebound for Georgia Tech.
And she turns the corner, threads the needle to Dunn, who muscles it in.
Makes the nice dish in between 3 Rice defenders to an open Tony Morgan with the.
Although she got it done with her scoring last year at Rice, tied a career high with 16 points in that comeback win. Carnegie puts her head down. The runner gets it to fall, and another and one.
Morgan's body control and strength to get the ball over top.
Morgan slides her on the Blackshear screen. Sends it over to Dunn. Gets the burst, splits two, banks it in, and a foul.
Need a little bit in that midsection while she was making that move, and Gulafat right there.
Ennis led Rice with 6 first-half points. Straight but strong on the three. Tipped down to Owens Barnett, and she'll lay it in.
They don't want to see that again.
Don't need any complacency creeping in. Rebound yanked in by Blackshear on Ngulafak. Flings it up with the left and scores. Klazak's pass was sniped. Morgan in transition, laying it off to a cutting Smith. And one.
Athleticism to get that ball, but just look at his athleticism to get that steal. Rises up and snatches it from Klazak and then throws the lob play like it's some D-Wade run back in the day.
Now, it hasn't been a flawless game for Nell Fortner and the Yellow Jackets despite the lead. That was a 12th turnover. They're also just 3 of 10 at the free throw line. The midi by Haley Adams. Nicely done. Fisher doubled in the corner. Throws through it. Another mid-range jumper by Adams. Blackshear is a technician in the high post herself. She unloads to Carnegie. Carnegie with a jab. Throws through the hedge. Great ball rotation. Dunn's three good.
Yeah, no, it looks like they have switched it up, and better see that backside, but trying to clog that paint.
And Ngulafak, that is in her wheelhouse, the stick back.
Yeah, now that's key, and it's about controlling the pace of a game. When you play against a ranked opponent, that's what you're going to have to do, because both of these teams, when you play against a ranked opponent, you're going to be playing against good quality talent.
Carnegie has that ball on the string. The spin and the pitch. Augustinaite cutting behind the back. Carnegie out to Dunn. Oh!
And then in traffic, like she was crowded, makes that nice whip behind the back pass to Carnegie. That's probably the best pass that she's made in her college career. That was a nice one.
You know what? The first half shooting was for the highlight reel. That one was for the mixtape. And a nice answer on the other end by Ennis.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody will remember the assist from Carnegie, unfortunately, on that possession. Backdoor feed, Carnegie, pump fake, up and in. It might just landed a little off. Decided to transfer to a program because of the strength of a pre-med program. It's not all about the NIL or how many minutes am I going to get.
No,
There's life after basketball, and that influenced the decision for Susie Ngulafak to stick back by Noeto.
Enabling Noeto to get that offensive rebound and put back.
And that's Noeto with her first field goal. Right down the boulevard in the layup by Klazak.
Just too big of a lead for Georgia Tech. You're going to have to stop them defensively if you want to cut into the lead.
Noeto takes the handoff, spots a seam, ropes it out. The three-pointer rattles down.
You see Noeto, she has a nice penetration, sees the open right in the corner, and gives it.
Georgia Tech 9 of 18 from deep. Off the hard backdoor cut, another skip. Thompson lines it up. Thompson knocks it down.
And that's big for the freshman.
He's giving the Owls a spark on both ends in the second half. Owens Barnett, catch and shoot three, no good. Rebound reeled in by Smith. Right has options. Augustinaite, yes sir. And now Georgia Tech workshopping its zone here as you look at Augustinaite tying a season high 17 points. Also did that versus Louisiana Monroe in her last home game.
Gets past Smith, and Smith just lets her have it.
Augustinaite. Wow! Oh, splashed some holy water on Augustinaite today. Ariadne Termes, 6 of 8 from 3 and 20 points as the entry is knifed out of bounds by Smith. Rusne Augustinaite, I'll have what she's having, Fallon Stokes.
Yeah, because it's winning. It's a winning recipe, and she's getting her feet set, letting it fly, and it's just kind of disappointing. She has that being, I believe, her 6th or 7th three in this game, and they're not getting a body of finding her early. You got to find her in transition. Do not let her get an open shot. Right,
Augustinaite is stepping right into it. Slapped off the glass down to Smith. Smith chasing her own, gets it to fall, and one.
The good rebounder, athletic, doesn't look to score the ball, but puts herself in good positioning with these offensive.
12.5. And today, despite not having their 6'6" post Ariadne Termes, a starter all season, unavailable today. Yellow Jackets, plus 13. Adams is pass batted. The deflection by Noedo into the hands of Smith. Thompson exploding to the basket. And the layup by Tiana Thompson.
You know, the freshman's been working. She's getting some quality minutes. 5 points in this game.
And this is a quality Rice team Georgia Tech is doing this against. Fisher down the baseline. Remember, did not debut until earlier this month because of a hand injury she suffered in the preseason. Off the lob, and Gulafat. And Gulafat could never get into the flow of the game after that second foul midway through the first quarter. Pull up off the side of the backboard on the jumper by Owens Barnett. Grooms with a look away. Augustinaite, watch out. There's the three. It's a 7 for Augustinaite. And a timeout for Rice.
Don't understand why she is not located early in transition, but she's doing the.
He's the head coach of Killeen High School. In Killeen, Texas, the steal. Smith soar into the rack. And the fast break bucket by Smith.
This afternoon, the defense, their defensive performance this afternoon is a big reason why they have the lead, and they're looking like they're about to pick up their 12th win of the season. I remember watching Danielle Donahue do it. She can shoot it. She was a sniper back in the day.
Smith fakes the handoff down the lane, follows her miss, banks it up and in. Gifted rebounders for their size. They're often really quick on the second jump, and I think that's the profile of Zoesha Smith.
Right.
She began her career at the University of Georgia. The sidestep three is down the well by Flores.
Yeah, Flores trying to get something going. That top of the key three is tough.
Smith gathering beneath the basket off the feed from Wright. Well, can't celebrate that three too quickly. Chased down by Smith. Wings it over her head. And off the tap comes down Smith. Zoesha Smith also had a double-double 2 years ago at McCamish. But it was for Georgia against the Yellow Jackets. A nice flip with the left hand. 51.7.
Pass.
And it was jostled loose by Flores. Leading the break. Ennis short on the three. Follows her own. Flicks it up and scores. The tallest team in the league.
No.
To dominate on the glass. So much of it is about hustle, it's about positioning, and it's about will. As that three falls from Tweehouse.
They're down 34, but still hustling, and that was a nice pass out. Just focus on basketball and getting prepared for conference play.
Well, you navigate your schedule during finals. Feels like you're playing with ankle weight. The backdoor feed in the reverse by Thompson.
Tiana Thompson getting on the board, but you just see the timing of it. Naredo knew it as soon as she let it go.
This will be another runaway victory. For number 17, Georgia Tech will extend its school record best start. Naredo knocked out.
And the three-point shooting for Georgia Tech.
And the ball rotation has just been exquisite for the Yellow Jackets. 22 assists as well. The fadeaway by Fisher is good. Augustinaite, 1 from the school record. No good. Offensive rebound, Grooms. Grooms gets smothered by Fisher. And a foul called on the Jackets.
Setting herself up for some open threes, and she was just consistent all afternoon.
Doesn't look like she'll get an attempt at an 8th. Tweehouse drains it. And Georgia Tech can dribble out the clock. Georgia Tech taking care of business this afternoon. Number 17 and undefeated still.